On December 15th, 2025, note of this meeting was emailed to their Carrier Post newspaper, Philadelphia Inquirer, and duly posted on the bulletin board of the municipal building. All requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act have been met in compliance with the Sunshine Law. Roll call, Fran?
Councilman Bider?
Here.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Here.
Councilman Evans?
Here.
Councilman Fina? Here. Councilman Hogan?
Here.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Here.
Mayor Sullivan?
Here. This time I entertain a motion for approval of the council meeting minutes from February 26, 2026.
So,
Roll call, Fran?
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Evans?
yes.
Councilman Fina? Yes. Councilman Hogan?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
This time we'll go into our committee reports. Councilman Bider?
Thank you. The only two things I have is the April meeting. We will do our first reading of the budget. And for those of you that have young children, this is the final week of registration for pre-K and kindergarten at Bellmawr schools. So if you haven't registered, please do so to be guaranteed a spot. That's it, John.
Thank you, Ray. Councilman D'Angelo?
Thank you, Mayor. As for a report, the only thing of really urgency is opening day for softball and baseball is April 11th. Opening ceremonies, the parade starts, I believe, at 10 o'clock. And the games start immediately when they get back to the field. So that's my report. However, since this is the 100th anniversary, just a couple little facts about Bellmawr. We've had 17 mayors. And we've had exactly 100 council members sit here in the history, right on the money, 100 to the money. And according to our records, there was a special election held in the Borough of Bellmawr on Saturday, May 15th, 1926. And it was assembled at the schoolhouse, whatever one that was. I have to think it was Burke, but I'm not sure. It was Mayor Fred Collette, he was the first mayor. Councilman John Heller, Hugh Rafferty, Harry Dott, Harry Cogley, Charles S. Burke, and John Budd. They were the first council and mayor. 1 year later, exactly 1 year later, they were all replaced. They lasted 1 year. And nobody seems to know why. It may have been an interim election. I don't know exactly why it went down. I checked the books. There's no record as to why. I checked the archives in the Courier. There's no report as to why. And unfortunately, the only records the county keeps are gubernatorial records for the governor's election. It goes all the way back then. Local elections were not saved. So, oh, and one last interesting piece of information, if anybody was on the school board, our school board, the very first resolution that came to the floor in 1926 was to call for an election to have the voters decide whether they wanted to stay in Center Township School District or to split and form our own school district. I don't know how it turned out, but that was the very first resolution that ever came to the floor in Bellmawr. That's all I got. That's it.
Thank you, Tim. Councilman Evans?
Thank you, Mayor. It's always interesting to follow Jimmy up. Because he comes
Yeah.
prepared with minutes, with notes, I'm sorry. Our community garden meeting was last Thursday, Mayor. We had a great success. I want to say a special thanks to Karen Wright from the County's Gardener Association. We have about 10 sites of the 30 still available. If anyone's interested, they should call the Borough Hall. We'll have the gardeners in the garden this week at Park and Center Avenue after the Easter egg hunt. The Easter egg hunt starts at 11. It's over at 11:02. But we want to special thanks to the RPG Rotary, Penny Green, and Holcomb Bus for their outstanding donations towards this community garden. We also, Chuck, had the Business Alliance meeting on March 4th. That was a big success, and we're asking all of our businesses to contribute to our events this year by sponsoring certain things and/or having floats in the parade. And the only thing I can say is it took 36 years for someone to incorporate Bellmawr and spell it properly. Because Bellmawr on the coast was spelt without the W or the extra L, and that was done 36 years before ours. But we have a great community. When I look out, all these people that I looked up to and respected, and/or their children are here today, and I feel blessed to live in this town and to serve on this board. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Councilwoman Fina?
We had the Shamrock Search on March the 16th, where the kids go around with like shamrocks, they find them. We usually have them come to the rec center, however, the weather is not cooperating, so we do it at the community center, where they bring their shamrock and they commonly get some synthetic stay freeze. As Bill said, Easter egg hunt is this Saturday at 11 a.m. at the rec. The age groups are toddlers to 3-year-olds, 4 to 6, and 7 to 10. So everybody should come up there. And we Bill said to run 10 seconds. But they come up, they get a chocolate Easter bunny from the snack stand over there, so it's really nice. And I just wanted to welcome you all to the 100th anniversary council meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanne. Councilman Hoban?
Madam Mayor, as far as reports, the Easter luncheon for the seniors on Wednesday, the 1st at the Community Center. Wish you a happy Easter, Passover, to the 100th anniversary. One of 2 legacies that will sit up here. Proud and humbled by that. Love this community, love what we see. 50 years and be here till
Thank you, Eric. Councilman Wilhelm?
Thank you, Mayor. I have no report for my department, just a couple personal notes that I'd like to make about our great community. First of all, it's a great honor to sit up here and serve the people of Bellmawr. Like Bill said, we look out and see so many people that we've known all of our lives. I've lived in this town my whole life for 65 years. My wife has lived here her whole life. We've raised a family. We've made great friends. I'm honored to be up here and honored to have worked for this town for 30, 50 years. And again, knowing people that are sitting in this room, it's just very humbling. And to all of the council members that are here tonight, I say thank you. A lot of things that I learned throughout my career came from you people, working with you, especially to Councilman Saul. I replaced him on council, and Saul family has always been near and dear to my heart, but having replaced him, it is a great honor to be able to sit up here on the 100th anniversary. I just want to say a special thanks to all of our employees. Over the years, all of our employees make this town what it is, and they're the hardest working people that we have. Police department, fire department, EMS, the office staff, DPW, I can name them all. But that's what makes this town great. And not to leave out the volunteers. Volunteerism today is next to nothing, but the volunteers, we wouldn't have been able to do what we've done over the years without all the volunteers. So it's a special thanks to them also. In addition to thanking all the past council members and mayors, I encourage the younger people to get involved in the community and get up here, because it does make a difference. These are things that are life changing. Like I said, it's a great place to live, it's a great place to raise your family, and I can't say thank you enough to all of you for being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. Before I give my report, Councilman D'Angelo asked for the floor back.
Yeah, I just found out that Councilman number 101 sitting here, I said we had 100 councilmen, we have 101. Councilman Hogan, this list,
Yeah.
hey, this list was made prior to the November election, so,
Yeah.
with 101.
Right.
So, just wanna be clear.
Under my report, I have for the police department for February, we had 988 calls, 37 investigations, 39 arrests, 29 motor vehicle crashes, and motor vehicle summons issued were 271. For the fire department for February, we had 105 incidents, 38 in town, 35 out of town, 32 on our highway, and they completed 60 sessions of training. Our EMS, they had 243, 141 in Bellmawr, 38 in Brooklyn, 31 highway, 33 mutual aid. And they'll be posted on our website. Also, I'd like to thank everyone for being here tonight. We took a chance on doing this, and we wanted to recognize all the paths that were here in Bellmawr. And I'm in my 48th year, and I believe I worked with 5 chief of police, 4 mayors, and 32 members of council in the time I've been here. It's been pleasure definitely working for the Borough of Bellmawr. And to our residents that are here, just like they've all said up here, what a great, great town. And I went back with Joe Petruzzi was the mayor when I came here to work in the borough. You know, it was when I was hired, and Andy Poinkowski was a councilman that talked me into taking the tax collector job. Yep. And that's where it all began. Him and Joe Roberts, it was. So, but I'd like to thank everyone again for being here. It means a lot on the 100. And we're going to get through the quick part of our meeting, then we're going to get to the important part for tonight. We have Assemblyman Bill Melvin here, and he's going to have a proclamation for us, and he's going to talk, and then we have certificates and gifts for our mayor's council and chief of police. Okay, we'll move to the rest of the meeting. At this time, I'll open up to the public for the public portion. Anyone has anything to bring forward, please come. State your name and address. Hearing nothing, we will close the public portion. All business, Fran?
No old business, Mayor.
New business?
New business, we have reading first, ordinance first reading that our solicitor is going to read.
Certainly, Madam Clerk. The first matter on the agenda is 03:04-26, an ordinance of the Borough of Bellmawr, County of Camden, State of New Jersey, establishing a new chapter 344 entitled Lead-Based Paint, the Code of the Borough of Bellmawr. It's an introduction, Mayor. It needs a motion second and a roll call for introduction.
Entertain a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Evans?
Yes.
Councilman Feenan? Councilman Hogan?
Yes.
Councilman Wilson?
Yes.
Next, we have resolutions on the consent agenda 0362-26 to including 0370-26.
Entertain a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Evans?
Yes.
Councilman Feenan? Councilman Hogan? Councilman Wilson?
Yes.
Resolution 037126, resolution approving appointment of a part-time EMT employee for the Borough of Bellmawr.
I place the name of Madison Shugart.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Evans?
Yes.
Councilman Feenan? Councilman Hogan?
this time, my pleasure to introduce Assemblyman Bill Mellon.
Good evening, everyone. It's a true pleasure to be here. In fact, we had an assembly voting session today that ended at 6:15, and somehow we got down here. And if you think this meeting's going long, our caucus meeting started at 11 a.m. Our voting session started at 1, and we finished up at 6:15. So that's Trenton for you. I wanted to be here today as a resident of the Borough of Bellmawr to just really to send my well wishes and congratulations on this special night and a special year, really. I'll just say this: this town's been so crucial and important to my family, the Moen family. My father was raised here. My grandparents moved from Gloucester City to here in the 1950s, and certainly I'm proud to be raising my 2 kids here with my wife Nicole here in town. As you heard Councilman D'Angelo say, when you think back to 1926 and the history and the municipal election that occurred, in order for that to have occurred, it was an act of the state legislature that was passed earlier that year. It was Chapter 111, I believe it was, that incorporated the Borough of Bellmawr, and it permitted then the election to occur in creating the town. What's really interesting, and you'll probably read about this if you follow the local news, that act and that year was pretty important for this part of Camden County because, as Councilman D'Angelo said, with Center Township really being broken apart, it created, so we're celebrating the 100th anniversary of Bellmawr. We're also celebrating the 100th anniversary of Runnymede, Mount Ephraim, and Lawnside. And so if you take a step back and think about that, 100 years ago, we were all together in one municipality, if you will. And so we're celebrating a lot this year. When you put that with our nation's 250th, there's a lot that's going to be happening this year. I encourage you all to take the time to ensure that your family's taking part in that, whether it's the World Cup, the semi-quincentennial, the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. South Jersey is going to be a part of all of that. And to have us in town being able to celebrate the 100th this year makes it extra special. What I will also say is that I think that what's very interesting is that Mayor Sauter was sworn in as the president of the Camden County Mayors Association this year. And so when you think about that being the 100th year of Bellmaur's history, I think all of those things coming together is really special. It's nice to look around the room and see so many former members of council and borough employees, and then also look around and see perhaps some future elected officials too. I'll tell you lastly that I got my start in public service, and I'm proud to say this. I grew up in Runnymede, was a Triton High School grad, but one of the first things I did was join the Bellmawr Police Explorers, and so I got to serve with folks like Chris Wilhelm and Jared Walton, and then we took different paths into public service. But it's those opportunities that are unique to towns like Bellmawr that create the interest and ultimately what you see in front of you with the folks behind me serving and myself as well. And so those things together, we should be extremely proud of what we have here in town, and just count on me as a partner in ensuring that we continue this tradition and the history here. It's truly a pleasure to be here. And Mayor, with that said, one of the things I was able to get while I was in Trenton today was a state ceremonial resolution that's a joint resolution from the New Jersey State Senate and the New Jersey General Assembly that's signed by both the Senate President and the Speaker of the Assembly that commemorates this occasion. There's a lot of words on here I'm not going to read, but I do want to just mention there that it says in this resolution that the year of 2026 marks the 100th anniversary of the incorporation of the borough, and the Senate and General Assembly of the state of New Jersey are pleased to acknowledge this occasion and commend the Bellmawr citizenry for their effective participation in this state's history for the past century. And Mayor, with that said, I want to present this to you and the council and say congratulations. Thank you.
we adjourn, just a minute to thank all the former mayors, members of council, chief of police, their families, and representatives of their loved ones for being here tonight. Thank you to Kelsey for the beautiful singing of the national anthem. Thank you to Dave Dilks from the Camden County Emerald Society with bagpipes. Thank you also to Ms. Bellmawr for being here tonight, and to Father Anthony Infani for the beautiful invocation. Much appreciated, and for Assemblyman Bill Mellon being here and presenting our proclamation to the Borough of Bellmawr. Everyone's invited back to the VFW on Essex Avenue for refreshments, have some food for everyone to eat, so please feel free to stop by. It's on Essex Avenue, VFW. At this time, there's no further business?
No further business.
I entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Roll call.
All in favor?
Yes.
Very good. Thank you all for coming out to the 100th. Have a lot going on this year. Could we have, if they're still here, for a picture, the former council people, if you could go to the back for a group picture?